Did you know that there are over 1,200 unique items in Minecraft? But the player only has 36 inventory slots, and a singular slot each for a helmet, chestplate, leggings, boots, and a shield or totem. A whopping 41 available slots. Hi, my name is CurtisDoesADig, and today we'll be exploring the Minecraft inventory problem. I've seen many comments and videos about how the Minecraft inventory system needs to be updated. Some have suggested increasing the number of slots, but it's just not that simple. That's only a temporary fix. Studies show that adding more inventory slots doesn't fix inventory space. It means you can hold additional items, sure, but then you'll just fill it up and want more inventory space again, and the cycle will repeat. This is called Induced Demand, and is commonly used as an argument against increasing the number of lanes in traffic, or in our case, inventory slots, as a cure for congestion, or in our case, too many items. Then, what is the solution, you may be asking? There are three main problems with the inventory system that people seem to have. 1. Easy access to tools or blocks in inventory is slow and could be streamlined. 2. Can't access extra inventory without putting it down first. And 3. Non-stackables take up a lot of space. Let's tackle them one by one. Number 1. Easy access to tools or blocks in inventory. The player's inventory is basically 4 hotbars stacked on top of each other. But how we access 3 of those bars is by opening our inventory and moving those items into the hotbar to use. We can only select and move 1 slot's worth of items at a time, which can be slow and clunky if we have a lot of items to move around. How we can fix this is simple. By treating each row of slots as its own hotbar, we can switch hotbars with a simple key press. Similar to swapping offhand items. The idea is we'd have 2 keys that would switch which hotbar is being used. 1 key would switch out the current row of 9 slots for the next row of 9 slots. The other key would switch out the current row of 9 slots for the previous row of 9 slots. This would allow both creative and survival players to streamline their progress in their worlds. Creative players would be able to access 36 different items on their hotbar quickly, rather than switching back and forth through the creative menus and inventory. Survival players would be able to have their tools on 1 bar, handy items in 1 bar, and 2 bars for building materials for their projects as an example. This idea hardly changes the base gameplay of Minecraft, but it has a powerful and lasting impact on streamlining projects. Number 2. Can't access extra inventory without putting it down first. One of the things that bothers a lot of players is that they have to put down a shulker box or ender chest to access the contents inside of it. This has never really bothered me, but I do think it would be a neat feature to be able to access them from inside the inventory. Endgame players tend to carry a lot of shulker boxes, and it can be really annoying to have to place them down to see what's inside and access them. I believe that if we were able to open up the shulker box or ender chest from inside of our inventory, it would save players a lot of hassle. At the time of this video production, we are approaching the start of the 1.17 update. The 1.17 update introduces the bundle, a container that could hold a stack's worth of items. This helps reduce a lot of clutter for starting players who do not have full stacks of certain items yet. The bundle can also be accessed in the inventory by right-clicking to put the last item you picked up in an empty slot, or by right-clicking on an item to put it in the bundle. Mojang was on the right track with this mechanic. However, they could have made it even more accessible, and could do the same thing with shulker boxes and ender chests. What if instead of putting down 1 item at a time by right-clicking, you could open up a menu by right-clicking on it, similar to clicking on the crafting recipes book. It would then show the entire inventory of the shulker box, ender chest, or bundle for you to have easy access between them. Similar to opening up a chest, but without having to put anything down. This helps players who are working on builds in cramped areas and helps streamline working with large quantities of items in their inventory containers. Number 3. Non-stackable items take up a lot of space. Bundles cover a lot of cases for stackable items. However, they do not help with non-stackable items in the slightest. From a gameplay standpoint, I understand that non-stackable items are non-stackable for a reason. They're designed to make new players have to pick and choose what loot they bring back to their base. More experienced players are frustrated with this system though, especially after playing for a while and are still only able to carry a certain amount of books on you at a time. So how do we fix this? Maybe by having items specifically used to hold a type of non-stackable item. This encourages players to carry a specific item with them to help manage their inventory better. For books, maybe an empty bookshelf can be introduced. Creating a standard bookshelf requires 3 books. Maybe by withholding the books from the crafting recipe, you can craft an empty bookshelf. This empty bookshelf could work similarly to the bundle, but can only hold book-like items, like books, enchanted books, signed books, and maybe even book and quills. I would suggest it works similarly to the bundle, where you can add the books into the shelves and the bookshelf would change texture and have a fullness bar. And maybe because the recipe for a standard bookshelf requires 3 books, this would only allow an empty bookshelf to carry 3 books. Of course, just like with regular bookshelves, the only way to pick these up from the ground without dropping the books would be with Silk Touch. There are 2 other items I think can work in similar ways: the brewing stand and the armor stand. The brewing stand would work similar to a standard brewing stand, however, the player would be able to add their potions or water bottles inside of it. Breaking a brewing stand without Silk Touch would cause the potions to pop out first and separate from the stand. And the armor stand would work the exact same way, but with armor or tools. And maybe both could work similar to bundles too, where you can use them to right-click items in the inventory to put into them. Lastly, I think we should update minecarts, boats, and shulker boxes. Currently, we have minecart with chest, furnace, hopper, and TNT. But what if we also had minecart with shulker box? Or minecart with barrel? Minecart with ender chest? Minecart with crafting bench? All of these work the same way as the other minecart variants, where they can be used similarly to their non-minecart counterpart, but can be moved around. As for boats, I think having all of these for boats would be an incredible change too, especially for oceanic adventures. I know people have other ideas. Exumavoid has a really good idea on his channel about shulker box enchantments that would help streamline harvesting materials or even using materials that you should really check out. But those are my thoughts on the inventory problem. Let me know down in the comments below if you agree, disagree, or have any other ideas for a potential inventory solution to our inventory problem. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Have a good one!